we connected back at a time of my life where I'm connecting with good people, good energy, because it's who I am now. You know, not to say that I used to be some kind of heathenistic this or that or nothing like that. I don't want to, you know, put gasoline on my fire or nothing like that. But I was just completely lost for a while. I mean, lost to the point that I'm not gonna say like in a suicidal way, but in a form that like if I would have woke up, I was cool on that, and I actually was not rooting for that, but absolutely cool with that. Like I've signed, like I got a song on there called NDEs, Near Death Experiences. First lines are "Do not resuscitate, please sign. Almost died for you 2 or 3 times." Those are all true stories. You know what I mean? So I got to a point where I just had to let go. Period. I disappeared for a moment. You know what I'm saying? Just let go. And when that after that happened, you know, something clicked, something changed, and I really can't describe it. But now we're here, and life is like a complete 180. You know what I'm saying? And I get that a lot. Like people, like a lot of the people who follow me, like the music is what's first, but then it always turns into something I don't know what to say, esoteric or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that that's a coincidence.
Right.
You know, I think I have I don't want to say an insight, but I think that I see things in a way that will touch people, and that they can understand. It's not like it's new information or anything like that, but sometimes it depends on the vessel that it's coming from.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
and I couldn't apply to plant that out or nothing like that. It's just something that I've concluded along this way, because it's definitely something bigger than the music. The music is incredible. It's the best music around. I'll say that, not even cockily, because I step out the way and let that come on in too. You know what I'm saying?
That's powerful when you know that it's just something bigger. Like, even though what you're currently doing and what you're pumping out is your overall product and what you want to strive at, but you feel like, nah, it's something even bigger than that.
Nah,
This is just like a vessel. This is a temporary vessel.
Absolutely. And even the dream itself, you know, like
Come
a
on,
lot of
catch
things
these
that
gems, y'all.
a lot of things that no longer fit are just like, whether I want to hold on to them or not, just fall off, you know, and that's hard. You know, it's real hard. People don't see that side of things.
Yeah.
You're trying to hold things together for the greater good of what feels like the greater good of everybody, but then, you know, if you're not doing what's the greater good for you, then everybody around that suffers.
You will start to kind of crumble into pieces. You kind of, or you just lose your mind. So with that, like, you're a very humble person, and that's why I think I enjoy about you, because you are a global artist. You know, I had no idea the far your reach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's not that, it's just now trickling back home. You know, in other places is big. Like I was just telling a gentleman, like there was a guy from Oregon. Shout out to Dino's Carvings. He does like these hand carving wooden statues of like, or portraits rather, of like people who are way out of my league, Lauryn Hills and Jay-Z's and Biggie Smalls and Busta Rhymes of the world. You know what I'm saying? And he sent me one of me. You know what I mean? Like it's big in other places.
Right.
You know, I got people in Budapest who know about, you know what I'm saying? But it's just now hitting truth.
And
you know what I'm saying?
That's what I wanted to kind of touch on, that whole being a artist or entertainer in Kansas City. Sometimes, I hear this everywhere you go, in every city, in every major city, Houston, Atlanta, Vegas, wherever, LA, that sometimes it's very hard for you to feel you can't make it out of that city because of the climate, or it's just not local support, or you're not getting the numbers that you want to get locally. But yeah, if you go to another city, or you perform someplace else, like you are who you are. You know, you are this booming artist, and it's hard to kind of relay that back to this city. How do you, as an artist, do you even acknowledge it? Do you combat it? How do you handle that as an artist?
Well, I think, considering that I've been doing this a long time, I've been through the phases of it. I went through that, they just some haters, you know, type of deal, or then that it's just the way it is. It just doesn't fit around here. I've been through all those little phases, but the more it led to the forget it phase. You know what I'm saying? Like, not forget it to give up, but forget it, I'm just gonna keep doing it regardless. You know, just start ignoring it phase. Then you get out there, and you're well received when you go other places.
Right.
And at first, in the first initial style, it's like, yeah, there are really some haters at home, But then you do a little research and realize that as far as independent music goes, it's like that absolutely everywhere, with absolutely everybody, and I'm absolutely no exception to the rule. And the more I realized that, you know, perception is everything. And the more I looked at it like that, the more it was like a no duh thing. Like, you know, who's gonna in your town first and foremost, the initial people that you're gonna, you know, attract or attempt to attract are gonna be people who know you. You know what I'm saying? No, trust me. There's nothing that I can do. There's nothing amazing enough that I could have done on a microphone at 19 years old to my other 19-year-old classmates that would have made them feel like they felt when they seen Nelly or somebody on TV. So for me to think that I was going to get that same type of reaction or something is actually just young and dumb. But secondly, like, yes, we're only one or two people away from everybody in Kansas City. So your friends
Right.
share the same sentiment. They say they don't know you. They homeboy rap, and he might just be just as good as you. And since they don't know you, who's to say, you know?
Right.
So for them to see it at home is almost like a rite of passage now. Like now I'm getting it. Like they see it out there, that's love. But now it's earning up at home. And not to say Kansas City's not a tougher place to get that at. And that's because we got a short city complex. I'll tell you what I mean by that. But like when I found out, like, I'll always use this example. Wiz Khalifa. At one point in time, Wiz Khalifa was in everybody's top 5. Not too long removed. I don't like to say it like that, but Wiz Khalifa might be hot right now. I don't listen to much. But when he first popped, when he first became a mainstream artist, there was a great deal of people who assumed that he was from Colorado because he wasn't hot at Pittsburgh. No, he wasn't hot at home. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew who he really was at home. You know what I'm saying? But he blew up from another place, and now, you know, now Black and Yellow, that's a Pittsburgh anthem that'll never die. Now he's Mr. Black and Yellow. He was Mr. Orange and Blue there for a while. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the way that goes.
I never even tapped into or realized that as well. And I think that's one thing I do like about you as an artist is that and this is just my experience, I'm not throwing shade. I am not. I speak to what I see.
That means don't come for her, y'all.
Yeah, do not. This is just my experience. Local rappers and rappers that I know from other cities that are locally based rappers. Those just, you know, those street, you know, not necessarily massive. What do you call it? Mainstream artists. I don't see an artist, I see an ego. You know what I'm saying? I see a persona sometimes. And so it's hard to relate to that artist because the older you get, I don't lie, you just get your old lady judgmental, you know, you actually look at what you absorb, you know, and what you're taking in from the artist. That's why you got so many women running around here like, oh my God, Beyonce's a witch. No duh. You know, like you start to, you know, pick up things, and some of the things that I've seen from artists is just like, and I think it comes with the industry, you kind of have to protect yourself, and that's one thing I love about you is that you're approachable and that you just always have dropped gems. Any platform I've watched some of the podcasts you've been on recently, when you guys did the recording of when your album dropped, it just listening to you converse about music, you have like this, I want to say like grandpa spirit, like you want the best for music. Whether your music excels to the top, it's like you still want this industry to be perceived as good, you know, pumping out good music. And that's what I like about your persona. Is there any particular artists that have inspired you to be who you are, or have you just kind of come, like, has your music and your style just come from you yourself?
Well, they do call me Ghetto Gandhi because I'm always trying to spread something good.
I can see it. I can see it. Real talk. Please get some Ghetto Gandhi t-shirts.
But nah, I should. I'm always looking for a marketing thing. My namaste, I can't say the rest of it on here. It's bigger than Alan Wayne right now. You know what I mean? But that's real. Musical influences, as far as the sound of it goes, when I first came, like the high school albums and stuff, you know, I got a lot of the Tech Nine comparison because it was just so, everything I was doing was so rapid and quick, and people didn't understand. People still don't know the relationship me and Nine got, and where some of that commonality might have came from. You know what I'm saying? They had to pay for that interview first. You know,
Okay.
I'll give you the story. You know what I'm saying? But it's bigger than people know. You know what I'm saying? He was the person who ushered me into the same studio that I recorded now is where Angelica was recorded at. While he was he was having me come up there from high school, up there and there. The engineer that did all those classic albums, he was the one who introduced me to them. And he's the one who does my music now. The sound from everybody's favorite Tech Nine albums is that by my engineer right now. That's why my music sounds incredible, like that music sounded. But like I said, and so as far as sound, influence, somebody who looked out, getting me in there, I'd have to say, rapper-wise, Nine. My biggest musical influence, who I owe like the growth and development where I am now, hands down, is that engineer. Me and Robert Rebeck been working together since I was 19, and I don't foresee me ever working with anybody. He'd have to like get real upset and not want to work with me ever again. And I try to do everything in my power not to upset that. You know what I'm saying? So like he doesn't even understand. It's like I've said this a couple of times, and it's just the best I got. And I'm gonna be trying to Michael Jordan me, but it's like a Phil Jackson Jordan relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like every time I go in there, I'm like fly the plane. You know what I mean? And like from the weird harmonics that I do, I don't have any natural. I don't have any training or anything. I ain't never took a vocal lesson. It's just I got some harmonic range for some reason. But he's taken that and buttered that up. You know, sometimes we be in there with 6-part harmonies. You know what I'm saying? He be making me hit them high notes that I wanted him to do. Like, no, you got it. You know what I'm saying? Like all that kind of stuff. But
these are things that I shouldn't hear because once again, y'all, I think I'm a rapper.
I think you are a rapper.
I think I have bars. I just need somebody to bring it out of me.
You just gotta start hanging around the lab when we do record. You're always welcome.
Yeah, I've been fascinated to see how music comes together, and I want to see like when I think like I just recently listened to Brandy's album, and everybody who has something to say about Brandy's album, I will individually fight y'all, hands up, okay. That's the vocal Bible. Shut your mouth, okay? But just how like it's one person, but yet when you hear a song, you hear ad libs, you hear harmonizing, you hear like your voice sounds like 3 different people sometimes, and so I just want to see how all of that. I know there's words for that. I just don't know what it's called. But I'm
holding you to it. I'll be recording some sooner than later too. I said I was gonna stay out the studio besides just like feature work, but something's come across me that I just gotta do. So that'll be within the next couple of weeks. I'm gonna have you in. I'll work around your schedule, as a matter of fact.
Don't look. The pandemic has me free. Then I'm
well, then we're gonna go up in there and lay something down.
And that's another thing I wanted to ask you about. Is how are you moving forward in this pandemic? Did it kind of take you off your guard, or are you like, oh, I accept the challenge, let's go?
It's
Dude dropped the album during the pandemic, y'all.
I was and it's been my big. It's not even a month old, and it has done something that all the rest of my albums haven't done together. You know what I'm saying? And we're still growing. What was the question again? I'm sorry.
Just has the
pandemic? Oh no, the pandemic.
Yeah.
The pandemic. Okay, you know what happened? I caught a glimpse of the green screen thing behind me. I've done a few of these. I've never looked this cool.
Man, I love how they do it. Yeah, because
it's a number runners thing. Shout out to the number runners, Hip Hop IQ gang. Okay, yeah, that looks. Hey mama, I'm on. That make you want to shout out your mama when you got a good green screen.
Mama,
like that,
you know yes.
I mean? But no, it's funny. That's why like they say God and them laugh at people who make plans. And
right.
I had plans. Like I was booked in Denver for the 31st of March, and then like that next week I was booked in Tacoma. And it was something else right after that. I'll put it like this. I didn't have any return tickets. I was just going to get out there. We was going to see. I got a surgery done early so that I could be ready. I'm like, Doc, I got to be ready. Like, you be ready? I'm like, no, I got to be shirt off ready. Some girls like my music. I got to be right. Like, yeah, we got plenty of time.
Got to give them the chest.
Yeah, the 18-pack. But no, when it right before that, and I was trying to stay optimistic up until I think it was like the 25th. Of March is when I got the phone call that the first show had been canceled, and then I just kind of knew.
It just trickled,
and it had broke my heart because I had planned on. This was the shortest heartbreak I ever went through, for 22 minutes, literally. Like I was like, man, because I was thinking like my album was supposed to drop. My album was done so I thought at that time. I had timed it out so that Tacoma show could have been where I could have released the album at, because I was real good with this place in Seattle called Stage. They got like these black models that look like it's almost like a Coyote Ugly for the now. I thought it was just the coolest thing downtown. Like, how are we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I had so many visions in my head. Then I said, man, instead of getting upset about it, I'm like, I got to do something. So all those things that I wasn't doing, all those like the lives and the just posting like every day, like it was day one, like, and really reacting and interacting with everybody, actually going back in and seeing who saw some of these older videos, letting them know stuff was out, just instead of letting that algorithm do its course. You know what I'm saying? I became my own algorithm. You know what I'm saying? I just jumped in. The engagement went up like times 12. And through that, you know, I ended up getting a young engineer, our producer rather, named JR Thumps from Miami, sent me something that's amazing. Ended up being Pitch Black, the first lead off single. I wouldn't have had that. You know what I mean? And then another song on there, a guy from Nebraska. I ended up getting some music from him. The fan base grew. During that time, I happened to release the 100% Facts video. I wasn't gonna release that video. Was supposed to be released. If you look at it, I got on a Chiefs Super Bowl sweatshirt. I was gonna release that the week we recorded it, the weekend after. Dude said it would be a quick edit. I was gonna release it right at the top. I was gonna try to Nelly it up, you know, thinking I had me a plan. You know what I'm saying? Stupid. But you know, that got held up because he got out of town and the COVID hit, and all of a sudden I just started grinding. And since I didn't quit, God and him said, you know what, here, boom, who's your video that you've been waiting on? I put that out, and that's hit so big, you know, and out of all the videos and things I had never got like what they call a reaction video, like on YouTube. I look up and somebody's like, yo, this new video from Marlon Wayne, but this is crazy, you know, and then that spread. And I'm just basically the release that I would have had I would have not near had the first week I would have had if it was for this. And now all those places that I was gonna go, they're still there.
Yeah.
But they'll be sold. Some of those places will be actually sold out. I got pre-sales for shows that don't even exist yet.
And that's the beauty of this, is that people get to sit down and absorb the product now. People, you know, people have more time to
you never had more open ears and eyes than, especially at first, you know, and I jumped right out. I was just telling, I'm sorry, I keep on saying the gentleman. What's his name, sir? George. I was just telling Mr. George here earlier. It was a story that stuck with me like since forever. I think I got this story in the 5th grade for some weird reason. We're talking about the Great Depression, and you had Hunt's and Heinz, the ketchup companies, right? And at the time, Hunt's was the big dog. Heinz was just barely even hanging on. They were just they were barely even in the conversation. Depression hits. Hunt's, the big dog, takes their promotion budget and like basically deads it, cuts it by like 80%. They ain't got nothing running. Heinz, on the other hand, said we're gonna double down. They doubled theirs, became visible during the time where it was supposed to be a watch nobody spending money while we're gonna spend promotion money. By the time the economy recovered, Hunt's is hanging on by the fact that they didn't want to sell. I don't know what the relationship is now, but basically they were out of business, hanging on by pride, ego. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of looked at it like I can just fall back and wait until the world opens back up and see what happens there. Or I can just treat it like this is you know, this is it. This is the new real reality for now. So what would I do in this reality? And I did that.
Yes. So this is, oh my gosh, this was the best interview we had, y'all. Lord Jesus, the gems was dropped. Let me tell you something. This is one thing I love about seeing different artists, no matter where you are at in your artistry, whether you are, you know, a painter, a comedian, a singer, songwriter, actor, scriptwriter, whatever. When you combine yourself or collide with other worlds outside of what you do, you go back to your world even harder. I think you become more strategic. You learn more. You can execute things differently because you see how people think differently because they have to move differently. But also, you're more encouraged. You're more motivated, and you get to think outside your box.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not only the box, but the box that you're. You know, I think all of us think that we think outside the box. So when you can go outside that box, I feel like it elevates you even more. So this is one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on, because I want to see how artists are living through this pandemic. Listening to a lot of artists come out of New York and Chicago and just those big, you know, performer cities or people who have migrated to these cities because of the art are now having to totally direct, you know, and go someplace else. So it's crazy to see like individuals still drop an album, still making videos, still making content, still pushing their product like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, there's a lot of mainstream artists, mainstream enough in comparison to the independence of my likings, that are desperate and hungry as a mug. And I'm not gonna name drop because I'm not gonna disrespect whose pages might be getting hacked or who might just not be that embarrassing of a look. But it's hard to think that some of your pages are getting hacked when you got your actual childhood pictures and stuff on that. They super hungry, super thirsty, and in your inbox. And if it don't sound right, independent artists, it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a victim of that.
The same. I've seen that with comics right now. We're getting a lot of emails about representation and agencies and things. And people are wiping out people's bank accounts. It's crazy. I read a story the other day in one of my comedy groups where this happened to a woman. So be careful who you're giving your information to. And also, I've learned as an artist too, sometimes when I want to produce content and I reach out to other people for help, you don't have to take that price. Understand that artistry, sometimes it don't cost a thing, and I understand it's hard and you want to help other people as well make money, but sometimes don't go broke trying to help somebody else and get scammed, because I've seen that several times where even I went to go get video footage and the video footage is none, or it don't have no sound, or I was too far, or something didn't save. You know, we see that with weddings all the time. So there are a lot of resources. What I'm learning is the power of a cell phone or whatever will get you a lot of where you need to be in editing tools. So believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Before I close out, I do want to say thank you so much for coming through, and thank you for the gifts, because one, my shelf was about to be popping. I went and bought a wall shelf for some of my stuff. Didn't understand that you had to like mount a wall shelf and go through all. First of all, I bought it from Five Below, Mr. Walker, and I know because you the man and you build everything, right? I'm thinking, oh, this gonna be easy. I can just stick it up because it's a Five Below shelf. No, the directions was like, get 2 pencils, you need a drill, you need this. If I bought a shelf for $5, what makes you think I got a drill hanging around, bruh? I mean, I just thought it was gonna be some adhesive or something. You know, I'm not about to put a hole in my wall for this shelf. I got the shelf sitting on a shelf right now. It's still floating.
Five Below and Ross.
They scam.
At War Parkway Mall, they just know when I'm coming. They be having headphones waiting by the registers.
They
no
are
15-minute headphones. And
listen,
and don't help that I lose them every 15
minutes.
Oh my
God,
too.
And
Between
the Bluetooth headsets literally only work for an hour. You be so like, oh, a $6 headset literally only works. You're gonna have a 45-minute phone call with that headset.
And that first charge is the only crispy one.
Yeah, and then after that it's downhill because your ears got it wet.
Yeah, that's why I gotta, I listen to nothing but music in my head. Oh, that's a bald-faced lie. Listen, this is the thing. I don't hardly ever listen to any music in my ear besides music I'm working on. But it has to be so loud now because music has been in my ear so long. And you only got one good loud listen out of the Bluetooth.
You killing your ear decimals, Prodigy.
They already gone. I've been doing it. I've been had these things on screaming in my ear since I was like 16 years old.
Oh man, be careful, y'all. Your ear decimals, because listen, after COVID, they're gonna be talking about ear infections.
Right.
So get ready.
Ear COVID.
Ready.
You know what I'm saying? You can get it in your ear. You have to wear
get it in your ear, your eyes, everything.
Yep.
Well, before we close out, I do want to let y'all know we got some upcoming shows. 816 Day is coming up. Pew, pew, pew. Y'all know y'all heard about it on KUAW, and we are having a comedy fest at the Juke House from 9 to 10, and that's August 16th because, it's 816 Day. So make sure you come check it out. It's one heck of a lineup. You literally have every comic from every genre on that bad boy. Of course, myself, the queen of comedy, will be there.
I gotta be in there.
Yes,
please
come.
Up.
Please come. You're on my VIP list. Come on. Also, we'll have Lavelle Crawford at the Improv Thursday through Sunday, a classic comedian. Please make sure you come through. Also, they are following social distancing protocols as well, so make sure you get your temperature checked and all of that. They do that at the door. You buy your tickets in advance. Also, as well, are we wrapped? Okay, we also have Miss Pat coming to the Comedy Club of KC on 103rd and State Line, so make sure you check her out. She'll be there all weekend. Shout out to Joe Hill. He's a comic out of NYC who is blazing stages right now. He will have a special drop-in, and he'll be doing that live in DC, and he'll also be on Fox Soul this week, so make sure you check him out. And thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Comedy Power Hour. My name is Janelle Banks. Y'all be safe out there. Cover your face. Bye.